The iPhone X is a controversial device, that much is certain. Way more controversial than the iPhone 7, which dropped the historical audio jack. With the X, Apple is taking a lot of risks, and introducing a lot of firsts. Funny how these two always seem to go hand in hand, right? Apple developed a bit of a conservative image during the last few years. And here we are now, putting Apple, risks, and firsts in the same sentence again. This tells you we have something really special on our hands. Come with us on a journey that will get you to truly know Apple's most exciting smartphone in recent years. Design and notch. Great fit and finish, but the notch is weird, and not in a good way. The biggest thing going for this phone is obviously its bezel-less design. The 5.8 display of the iPhone X reaches from one end, all the way to the other. It covers the entire front, with just a thin, continuous frame circling around it. If we could put the full stop here and call it a day, it'd have been a quick and easy win for the iPhone X. Unfortunately, we're just 15 minutes into the movie, and you just know something bad is about to happen, something that will allow the plot to develop further. Display, and notch. The iPhone X is the first ever iPhone to use a 5.8 OLED, organic light emitting diode, display, which Apple has decided to call Super Retina display. Forgive us if we don't get ourselves to use this branding anymore, ever. OLED screen technology works in a very different way from the traditional LCD, and comes with its own pros and cons. Here's a very quick summary. There's a couple of controversies surrounding Apple's first OLED display right now. One is the so-called burn-in effect, and the other is the blue tint. We won't lose time discussing the burn-in here, because we believe Apple has largely taken care of ensuring the OLED display will remain in good shape throughout the expected lifespan of the device. If you'd like to learn more about it, though, just check out this article. The tall, 5.8 display with super high 1125 x 2436 px resolution is quite big. However, it's mostly taller than the iPhone 8s display, and just a tiny bit wider. Because of this, the iPhone 8 Plus 5.5 screen with standard 16:9 ratio continues to offer the biggest screen area on an iPhone. Conclusion: answering the $1,000 question. We're used to experiencing the iPhone as a service, something that just works, and you get to upgrade from time to time, enjoying a seamless boost across all fields like design, display, camera, performance, etc. The iPhone X doesn't exactly fit into this whole setup. It represents an unexpected plot twist that requires you to rethink the way you look at the protagonist. It both looks and works differently from what we're used to, and it just so happens that the transition from the classic to the modern way of using an iPhone isn't too smooth. The gesture-based interface is nothing difficult to wrap your head around. As a matter of fact, operating an iPhone like this feels quite nice. It quickly becomes natural. Even Face ID works surprisingly well, making sure that all of those who are used to Touch ID will not complain too much about it. The two really troublesome things right now are app optimization and the notch. As it currently stands, you can enjoy most apps or games out there on the full 5.8 display, as they first need to get updated for the new aspect ratio. Even Apple's way of running many of those classic style apps right now feels a bit odd, with tremendous black bars and frustrating swipe up to go home lines taking up precious space. It's just not a very good experience at the moment. Then comes the notch, which is not only strikingly odd, but also happens to prevent you from truly enjoying the large display, even if the application you're running is optimized for it. Whatever you do, there's always going to be that strange, black shape biting into your content, never completely permitting you to become completely immersed in whatever's on screen. Perhaps with time, we'll get really good at ignoring it, forgetting that it's there at all, but this just isn't the way we feel right now. And as far as we're concerned, The most anticipated, and most expensive, phone of the last few years should only fascinate us, not require us to adapt to its weird ways. The iPhone X is probably not the best iPhone you can buy right now, but it sure is the most exciting one. And if you've been watching the iPhone space, waiting for something new to finally happen, you know what that means. The main purpose of the iPhone X is to show us the future of the iPhone, the next chapter in the iPhone story. It feels like a prototype for Apple's next year phone. Aside from $1,000 bucks, there's nothing else stopping you from getting a taste of that future, today, but you'll have to put up with the compromises that come with this privilege.